Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And this is a guy who cares totally about his team. He will do whatever it takes for a play to be successful and for his team to win. I've seen him become a lead blocker on running plays, even though I'm sure his coaches don't want him anywhere near that pile.
Ready? We're ready.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Let's go, team. Let's go, team.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Eric Berry's a textbook definition of ball-hawking safety. You name it, he can do it on the football field.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got it complete to Darren Sproles. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Michelle. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Black 22. Check 53. Right. And pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll try and run it now with Sproles. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dante Pettis there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37th. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Goff. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
What? 180! Yeah, let's get set.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. After the penalty, it's Jones. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Goff on third down. He's got his tight end Fant, and he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Here we go.
Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
All right, 180! I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
Now a first down throw. Gone. And it's caught. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Ronald Jones that polishes it off with a touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Ready. Blue ready. Cut it left. Cut it left. You got 3. Let's go.
A first down throw for Winston. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready. Black. What is that? Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
To throw again on second down. Winston. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. And a loose football. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready. Blue ready. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Yard jump. Let's go.
Jameis now on first down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play fake. Winston. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to loft it, deep right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Oakland offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Here we go. 20. 52 right here.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On first down, Goff. He's got his big tight end, Fant. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. This is Jones. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
180.
Tighten up.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It's caught, Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and 9, Goff. He sets up the screen to Jones. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Jameis to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 25-yard line. Winston. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Max Crosby. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Winston. It's complete. It's Sproles. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Jared Goff in the offense. Down by a field goal. 1:51 on the clock. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Goff. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Goff. This is the tight end Fant. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. There was the linebacker, Devin White, there to knock it away. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's gone. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. John Ross, 46 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Gano now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now it's the Cowboys' turn. Trailing by 4. 1:06 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Winston. And his throw is incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Screen pass to Sproles. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back to throw. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Ready? Black 45, behind. Mike 58, right there. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Winston to throw. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Winston now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready? Blue way. Get Mike. Good trap. Good trap.
From the red zone now, Winston. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.